Hey everyone, Artos is here, and oh, look at that. It is Capoch. I don't know if you guys know this guy. I have a lot to say about him. Against EGiNkA, good buddy of mine. And this is going to be a PvP, just a random game on Lost Temple. I was told this replay is really wild, so I'm looking forward to that. I have not cast a whole lot of PvPs, but the matchup, it is a weird one. We'll get into that in a minute, though. Let me talk about these players. First, I will start off with Capoch. And Capoch, he is from Argentina. He went to BlizzCon to represent the South American region, along with Phoenix. And he is actually from the Age of Empires series. He was the bronze medalist in Age of Empires 2 years and years and years ago at WCG World Finals. And always been very famous in that scene. Played Age of Empires 3. He was one of the top players in that as well. That's where I ended up meeting him. I used to be one of the top players at that game. Took a little break from StarCraft for a while. Please don't crucify me for that. Anyways, Capoch, he's a Protoss player in this game, and this guy, at least during the beta, he was a 4-gator. Let's just say it as it is. He was a 4-gator. He just basically 4-gated every single game. Not sure nowadays, because I haven't seen a lot of Capoch games. I haven't seen his name around nearly as much as I did during the beta. But we will see, because he's going up against EGiNkA. This guy is a really talented player. He was a StarCraft 1 player. Wasn't that good for quite a while. Just kind of a mid-level USA guy. And by mid-level, I mean, top 30, but not top 10. But then he decided to get serious with it, and he showed everyone that he was one of the most talented players in the country. Just a really, really strong Protoss. Very smart player. This guy is like a childhood chess champion. Really, I just love watching Inka play because you can see great play out of him. During the beta, he was actually on top of the strategic curve for Protosses, more so than even most Korean Protosses. I felt like every strategy I was seeing on the Korean server, which was developing a bit faster than the other servers, Inka would be doing at the same time or even before them. So a very intelligent player. Has had some great results recently. Just won a little LAN tournament over Pain User. That Green Forest one, that after the game just came out, I think he lost to Pain User in the finals, a very close finals as well. So Inka all over the place with some very good results. Capoch gonna kill Inka's probe. Oops, big mistake there by Inka. Can't let that be happening. Now he's gonna have a lot less information. Like, is Capoch just gonna warp Chrono Boost this in all the way? Looks like he might, because he is hiding this probe here, so I think we're just gonna see a 4-gate. And we do see Inka going up immediately to 3 gates. And I think we're gonna see a 4th as well, but it could be a pylon. Let's see. What's it gonna be? 4 gates, so Inka realizes, okay, you're Chrono Boosting this right away. I better get a bunch of gateways. Meantime, Capoch also getting a bunch. Sending his units straight down for some pressure. And this is going to make a pylon pretty soon here. So we're going to see 4-gate offensive by Capoch against 4-gate defensive from Inka. Now, Inka does not have a probe out on the map, so he can't counter warp in. Sometimes that's a very strong strategy, while your opponent is warping in constantly against you. And actually, this seems a little bit off. Should be a little bit closer so you can warp in on this side. But, normally, it's great to have like a pylon over here or something and just send some zealots up their ramp while you're holding their attack up your ramp because, well, that hurts. So we see Capoch right now just opening up his warp gates. The 4th one just about to finish. Inka as well just opening up. Let's take a look at these unit counts. It's going to be very important. Right now, very even. Inka has 1 sentry. Other than that, they're completely even on that. Capoch with 1 more probe. Now, that 1 sentry is going to make a huge difference. Capoch has decided to... Oh, look at this! Huge move by Inka! Hitting this Stalker, taking a ton of health off it. That's actually a gigantically huge move. Capoch had to catch that probe because, as I was saying, counter warp-ins are great during this type of thing. But it looks like Capoch is just chrono boosting through his gateways and really getting more and more out here. But we do see Inka, and this is a little bit risky. We do see Inka with the sentry, so bam, traps that Zella up there, going to remove that without losing any units. And Capoch has to walk back, so Inka now can go ahead and take that out, but he doesn't want to lose that sentry! It almost has enough for another force field, and that is going to be crucial. Kills a pylon of Capoch, and now we see Capoch with 3 more Stalkers, but 3 less Zealots, and also the sentry still there. So here we go, he's going to have sentry perfect! right there. The Zealot's going to just peel through Capoch's units. And Capoch's 4-gate looks like it is going to be ending, and very poorly, in fact. He is far behind now. Look at this. Capoch with 3 Stalkers, EGiNkA with 3 Zealots, 4 Stalkers, 2 Sentries. And now just a bunch of Zealots being warped in for Capoch back at home so that he can actually hold any counterattacks. He's used his Chrono Boost mostly on gateways to actually pump those out. So, really, this is actually going to be the only time I've ever checked this tab. Units lost. Alright, we have 5 lost for EGiNkA, 11 for Capoch. The resources lost for Capoch are by far higher. So EGiNkA is in a good position now. He's got 2 more probes. He's got the better army for certain. Let's take a look at tech. Twilight Council coming in for EGiNkA. And we do have the double gas. Capoch in the meantime, no Twilight Council. He's going to be in trouble if Blink comes up or if Dark Templars come up. Capoch needs something to stop that with, but his economy isn't the greatest. Looks like EGiNkA wants to go ahead and attack pretty quickly here. And I would love to see Blink, actually, and it is going to be Blink. Capoch, in the meantime, going to get a Robo. Decent choice there. Now, when Blink finishes, EGiNkA can send his Zealots up. Capoch will force field bind and be like, haha, I've trapped your Zealots. But then EGiNkA can go ahead and jump up there. And that's going to be pretty good. Ooh, look at that. A counter force field to try to trap some stuff on the ramp so that EGiNkA can kill it with his Stalkers. But anyways, as I was saying, you can send the Zealots up first. That's normally when Capoch will force field the Zealots out. Then be like, okay, I'm going to pick off your Zealots. You blink up there, and then suddenly your whole army's up there, and Capoch is like, no, sentries are useless! So, that is probably what EGiNkA wants to get done here. Blink is on the way, warping in more and more of these Stalkers. More and more and more of these Stalkers. A Warp Prism is being made. Very interesting. Capoch just thinking about being on the offensive. I'm surprised he didn't warp in an Immortal. Those can be quite useful in a situation like this. But I guess he wants to get on the offensive right away. And it is time, it looks like. But Capoch actually has so many units, this is not a good idea. And EGiNkA does save all his units. But when you have that many Zealots just kind of sitting around your Dragoons, you do not blink in on top of that stuff. Because the Zealots actually destroy Stalkers in that situation. But EGiNkA just going to use it to blink away and deal damage to his opponent. But Capoch seems to be getting a pretty good end in this. Now, let's check. 28 probes for EGiNkA, 24 for Capoch, 2 Zealots against 7, 12 against 5 Stalkers, and 2 Sentries against 4 Sentries. We do have the Warp Prism just chilling like a villain. It is flying out. Warping in a few Zealots. It'll probably just be right-clicked over to EGiNkA's base. And a Stargate on the way. What? This is going to be pretty exciting. I can't wait to see what he's going to do with this. And it looks like EGiNkA just constantly trying to take down some Zealots, but taking a lot of damage to these more expensive Stalkers. Not sure if this is really working out for him anymore. Ah, he puts these Zealots into the drop, and he's just going to drop it in the mineral line. In fact, EGiNkA's going to go for 2 Stargate right now, but Capoch is going to scout that with this, and that's going to be huge. He also scouts the expansion. So down comes the Zealot drop, and this is going to be painful. EGiNkA has to warp in some units over here, because he is losing a lot of probes. And look at that, already down to 24 probes, 23 probes. Capoch in the lead economically now. And Capoch just warping in some more units as well. But EGiNkA warping in units as well. He wants to take out that Warp Prism right away. Does do so. And EGiNkA is down to 17 probes. But he does have the 2 Nexus. So that's going to help out a lot. But he's not going to be able to really buy the units that he wants to buy. Look at this. This is also doing a great job right now. Even with Micro, it's sometimes difficult to take out this many Zealots. They really do a great job. And still another 5-kill Zealot in there. Ouch. And, well, Capoch is doing a really great job. EGiNkA's down to 14 probes. Capoch has retaken the low ground. EGiNkA has run away with some blinking. And Capoch, wow. I mean, with these 4 units, what can EGiNkA do? He's just running back with his units. Wants to remove them. But it looks like Capoch wants to do a counterattack. Still not expanding. And Immortal is coming out to help. And EGiNkA going to easily erase the rest of these units. And goodbye, Zealots. May you come back as Stalkers. Or Immortals. And we see that Capoch now, he has a lot more units. It's 45 against 73 supply. And it is 10 Stalkers against 14. Capoch in the lead. One's out against 5. Wow. Alright, well anyways. So, EGiNkA right now basically quite behind. But he does have this cannon. He does have Blink. He does have force fields. And some good force fields trapping a bunch of the Dragoons here in the front. And that's what he needs to do. Really just overwhelm some of the units. While these units, on the high ground, really forcing Capoch back. Capoch loses a lot of supply there. EGiNkA loses almost none. So supply right now, 54 to 65. Really got evened up there. That was like a huge swing into EGiNKA's favor. EGiNkA, in the meantime, has canceled his second Stargate, realizing he cannot support it from losing all those probes. And we just have Capoch warping in more and more units. He decides, I'm going to kill you. And he was walking right forward, but he is getting slammed from the high ground here. And EGiNKA's Zealots doing a great job just holding their ground. When there's no micro involved, the Zealots are doing a very good job. Good force fields all over the place, but really these Stalkers on the high ground are what is changing this battle. And well, look at that. That's kind of cute. He force fields that ramp, but EGiNkA can just blink down if he wants. EGiNkA warping in some more Zealots to help out, tank damage, and deal it. And it looks like EGiNkA, he is starting to get behind a little bit, but good blinks, and he blinks to where Capoch cannot see him. So Capoch, while he does have the bigger army right now, EGiNKA's doing a very good job of holding it off. And a nice force field right there. The Stalker blinks away. And it looks like EGiNkA may lose this Nexus. Wow. But look at the probe counts right now. 21 against 23. Very, very close. And right now, Capoch should be more mined out in this main base. So he's going to have to expand pretty quickly here. Nice, quick force field there by EGiNkA. And he wants to save this Nexus so badly. I cannot even explain to you how badly he wants to save it. But he is having a hard time right now. He is stuck up on the high ground. Really, all he has at his disposal are these 4 warp gates, but at the same time, Capoch, he has 4 warp gates as well, and he is mining just slightly more than is EGiNkA, so it's going to be hard for him to get down there. The Nexus does end up going down, and EGiNkA just keeps on utilizing Blink brilliantly, just blinking away after killing units non-stop there. Occasionally a Stalker doesn't make it up, but he's getting such good positioning. Let's take a look at these supplies now. 45 to 43. EGiNkA slightly in the lead. So Capoch has taken out the Nexus and in fact started his own, but he lost so many units. He had such a huge unit advantage, and EGiNkA just utilized Blink, the high ground, good positioning, good force fields, and punished Capoch's army relentlessly for doing so. So Capoch, I don't know, will he hold this off? It looks like EGiNkA may get aggressive, but I feel like he should not be attacking right now. Maybe a little bit of harassment, but Capoch has a lot of units, as I think we are about to see. And just snipe one, run away, a couple force fields, don't chase me. Capoch's still trying to use force fields against Stalkers. Guardian Shield might be a better choice at this point, because blinking just keeps occurring. And as they run out, bam, goes up, hurts that so badly, runs away. The quick speed of the Stalker plus Blink equals really great harassment unit. EGiNkA using Blink Stalkers in PvP better than you normally see anyone use them. I really love to see this play here. He is doing so much harassment damage despite being way outnumbered in units. That Blink upgrade is absolutely amazing. This has to be what Blizzard was thinking about. I mean, it is beautiful to behold. Look at that. And he still hasn't lost any units! Somehow, some way. These are all Jedi Master Stalkers. They just keep blinking in, blinking out, hitting everything. And Capoch has to be so frustrated right now. The supplies are even at this point. I want to look at the units lost thing again. Look at this. For Capoch, he's lost more units. 8,400 in resources against 7,200 in resources for EGiNkA. Lost only 3 more units, but a lot of the units killed for EGiNkA were probes. Now we see a Void Ray on the way for EGiNkA. This is interesting. Chrono boosting out Void Ray. Huh. And we have another Warp Prism. So Capoch really liking those Warp Prisms. Very interesting. Let's take a look at the unit count. 28 probes for EGiNkA, 24 for Capoch. Notice his main is drying out, so he's being very careful about how many probes he does produce at this point. EGiNkA, in the meantime, his main trying out a little bit slower because he lost a lot of probes and was mining from his expo already some. And EGiNkA just keeps going up. He waits for his shields to recharge. Whoa. He waits for his shields to recharge, goes up, snipes stuff, gets away, and right now basically Capoch has to be going crazy. Like, why does this keep happening? This is absolutely wild. And now the Void Ray is here as well. He wants to lure away Stalkers so that he can go in and attack better with his Stalkers. So we're going to have to see. Capoch has made so many sentries, by the way. I'm a little bit surprised on that. I guess he just has a lot of gas built up because they aren't all that useful against the blinking Stalkers. Well, oops. There was a drop over there. It didn't really do anything because the probe counts did not go anywhere. Anyways, we see right now. Looks like EGiNkA just trying to take out anything. That pylon, I'm not sure that pylon was really worth it. Loses some units finally. And, ooh, bad engagement there. Capoch definitely comes out on top. Very similar supplies right now, but a lot of it for EGiNkA is, in fact, probes. So he's got to be careful about engaging. And, oopsies. Capoch starting to really crush EGiNkA's little harassment strategies. And trying to get him in there. Maybe you should move these around here to force field the Stalkers as they blink away. Oh, or over there. And he does blink outside of those force fields. So EGiNkA gonna lose the last of his Stalker harassment force. It was fun, Stalkers, but you guys are out of here. Not before killing a few more probes, though, apparently. Ha! Oh my, almost gets in there. So we see blink for Capoch on the way. He's like, well, I want some of that action. That's so good. Where is EGiNkA's army? Here's some of it. Here's some of it. Does he have charge? Charge is on the way. Charge plus Void Rays. Very interesting. The Stalkers are going to have a hard time picking off Void Rays because Charge Zealots are going to kill them very, very fast. Now, before Blink finishes for Capoch, if he does come in, the force fields are going to be absolutely deadly. Chrono Boost on Charge might be a good idea, considering this army's sitting right outside your base. It's 83 against 82 supply. Let's take a look at the unit counts. Right now, EGiNkA has 8 Zealots, 2 Void Rays, 2 Stalkers, 6 Sentries. In the meantime, 16 Stalkers and 9 Sentries is the bulk of the army for Capoch. And Charge finishes up. Let's take a look at the income tab. EGiNkA definitely with a better income right now, almost 1,000. About 650-ish for Capoch. He has mined out his main almost completely. In fact, this geyser is gone. For EGiNkA, neither geyser gone. His main just about gone as well, though. More probes, though. And bam! Blinks up there for Capoch. And EGiNkA may be in a hard place here. He is going to go ahead and charge in. Oh, wow. Very good force fields, but Capoch does have blink now. Does not blink onto the low ground. So a lot of extra damage being dealt right now by all of these Zealots. And Capoch messing up blink once again and losing a huge amount of units. He had to blink everything out of there, but instead taking a huge amount of damage and chasing him down with blink. This is indeed a wild game, and EGiNkA up on supply, 91 against 71 against Capoch right now. And Capoch just targeting away this Void Ray. Goodbye, Void Ray. But more and more Zealots come out. Sentries against Zealots are kind of funny battles because the Sentries are terrible. And just force fields everywhere. Kind of funny to see, and just, wow, this is actually a little bit crazy. I don't even know what to say. Hard to even say who's winning. There's so much glowing lights. But it looks like Capoch is going to come out on top here. EGiNkA going to have to run away. Supplies, though, 58 against 57. Problem is, EGiNkA's supply is 12 of it more is probes, so those are not going to be very useful. But he does have this cannon here to help out a little bit. Does have some force fields. Has that defensive advantage of laying the force fields down and stalling for more time. But Capoch keeps warping in more and more units. Neither of them really going to build anything else this game except for units, it's looking like. And Capoch just keeps trying to get in there, do some damage. EGiNkA, though, keeping good numbers of units, and I think we may see a blink up by Capoch. Nope, never mind. He does have that observer up there to make sure that he cannot be sniped from the high ground. And, well, may throw down some force fields here. Yeah, throws some down, and Capoch just blinking away. And, well, EGiNkA chasing that down with his Stalkers. Totally wild game. Look at this. EGiNkA full saturation mining. Capoch not full saturation mining. But look at this. Capoch blinks up to the high ground. Now, EGiNkA has to be very careful with how he engages this. He's got to get those Zealots in the front. And he blinks up and starts chasing those stalkers away. But beautiful move. Capoch blinking down to the low ground because he doesn't want to get by these Zealots. Thing is, EGiNkA has a lot of units right now and catches that pylon and a Capoch sentry. Right now, 71 for Capoch, 83 for EGiNkA. So they're on army. They are about the same supply. Some force fields going down here. EGiNkA just trying to get into position here. A lot of stalkers in his army. But blink just keeps occurring everywhere. They just keep running back and forth. Capoch deciding, uh-oh, I don't know. I'm starting to lose this battle once again. EGiNkA, a lot of Zealots. If you look here, 6 Zealots, 9 Stalkers against the 13 Stalkers, 12 Stalkers. And EGiNkA's starting to do some pretty sick damage here, blinking ahead. But he's being force fielded now. And all of his units in the back are not doing any damage. That is not good. It looks like Capoch taking the lead here. And he is pushing right forward. Gets on that high ground once again. It would be beautiful to throw a force field up as well as when he does that. Take out one of these warp gates, and EGiNkA cannot make as many units. Can't even afford to build another warp gate right now because economies are getting so low. And EGiNkA decides to go out and try to kill the rest of Capoch's units. Says, all right, kill that, but I'm going to get a lot of free kills on these units. Now Capoch coming over from the high ground, abusing that, and ooh, killing Capoch's pylon and probe. Is going to prevent Capoch from warping in any more units. It's probably for the best if Capoch actually runs home and then re-brings his attack if he wants to attack in. But right now, EGiNkA has to be feeling great after killing those units off. And the reinforcement pylon, Capoch is in trouble. He is trying to kite charge Zealots, but realistically, he's got to get out of here as he sees time to vamoose. He does not have another pylon down here to keep making units, so EGiNkA is just going to get ahead at this point. Look at this, 63 supply against 83. EGiNkA has 9 more probes, so EGiNkA still has a reasonably bigger army. Most of it is in Zealots and Sentries, though. Capoch looks like he wants to take the gold. EGiNkA, I think he's just going to go for a kill move here. Look at that. A lot just warping through all of his warp gates at once. Nothing else to spend that on right now. Neither of these guys really have a long game plan. They have very little tech. We have the Twilight Council and the robotics for Capoch. We have a Stargate and a Twilight Council for EGiNkA. None of that stuff going to be all that useful, except Capoch is, in fact, getting Zealot legs. He wants to get Charge out so that he also can use cool and fancy Zealots. EGiNkA going up, looking for the third, realizes the rocks have been taken out. Capoch keeping an eye on everything with this observer. And EGiNkA looks like he's getting ready. Getting ready for an attack. Gonna check for an expansion there, of course. And a lot of Zealots coming for Capoch. So now that Charge is finishing up, and also, by the way, a robotics going up for EGiNkA, so he may be getting a little bit scared of Dark Templars. I think we're gonna see the ultimate battle of all time. Zealots, Stalkers, and Sentries against Zealot, Stalkers, and Sentries. No Immortals are left on the battlefield. EGiNkA making a Phoenix. That's kind of interesting. That's probably just going to be for spotting. And Capoch going to remove that pylon from his front door. Some good warping spots for EGiNkA. Got to make a pylon. May as well make it there. Odds of Capoch ever going over there right now, very slim. And is Capoch going to try to expand? That is kind of interesting. Getting hallucination. Ah, that is interesting as well. I wonder how what he's gonna do with that. He may try to make some Colossus. He may try to make some Immortals. Just something to make EGiNkA try to target something that's not worthwhile. Using up a lot of energy for that. And EGiNkA gonna start long distance mining from the gold. Very smart move. He has way too many probes here. He can actually send a lot more and really supplement his income. In the meantime, Capoch, he's had so many fewer probes here for so long that he is still mining out from his expansion. Now, we have to take a look at the supplies. What? No! No! I hit some wrong button. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're going back to where it was, I promise. Please forgive me. I can just see the YouTube comments now. People are going to be saying, oh, Artosis doesn't even know how to work a replay. Oh, God. Okay. Anyways. Keeps on messing up. I'm sorry. Shut up. Okay, this is about where we were. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Thank you. Okay, so we do have Capoch warping in this to some hallucination. I hope to see mass hallucination units. That would be quite interesting. Now, as I was saying, EGiNkA can long distance mine. He's mined out this base, and he's just going to get a lot of minerals from those golds. Even though it's long distance, he has a ton of probes. The distance, it's long, but it's kind of doable with a billion trillion probes. It's going to be hard for him to afford a Nexus, but he's definitely going to want to think about that. Just go defensive style and get a Nexus out. Capoch, on the other hand, is he going to expand at all? I don't know. It's really hard to say. This Phoenix is going to keep an eye on everything for EGiNkA. I kind of like that. It's a very fast unit, and just for that amount of money, just the 100 gas and a few minerals, 150 minerals, he can actually just go around and scout everything and keep an eye on what Capoch is really doing. It's quite hard to catch one of those. So it looks like... Ooh, EGiNkA actually has this observer out, so he can kill Capoch's observer and actually take some high ground positions with his stalkers if he wants with Blink. So that could actually be quite interesting indeed, especially if Capoch's observer isn't on a hotkey. I'm actually quite interested if it's on a hotkey. Is it? Nope, it's not. So, oh, it's on follow. Okay, so it's following the stalkers. That could have been a cool move, though. Now EGiNkA is taking this base, so he's going to want to go purely defensive. If he attacks, he is dumb, because right now it is so close with this 121 supply to 123. You look at the unit count, 15 Zealots against 16, 15 Stalkers against 20, 11 Sentries against 9. EGiNkA is actually behind in units, and so he's just got to be completely defensive. And look at that. 3 Colossus. I think EGiNkA may know, I think he certainly will know because he does have an observer as well, that these are actually fakes. But this is going to be quite interesting to see nonetheless. Walk these up front so that they take a lot of damage. And we do see a few force fields still going up, trying to trap everything. He's trapping a lot of EGiNkA Zealots. And these Stalkers are not actually taking too much damage, but they are taking some, so they are taking now a decent amount of damage from EGiNkA's army. And EGiNkA is in a lot of trouble here. It looks like Capoch with hallucination may end up turning the tides of this game. And if we take a look at the supplies, they are still so dead even. And EGiNkA being very smart, targeting away. The hallucinations do run out. And these Zealots are actually now the ones that are turning the tide. This whole time, Capoch, he is mined out. So he has just these few more units at home. And it looks like Capoch is going to end up being the loser of this game. Wow, this was such an epic game. 50 supply against 75. So it looks like EGiNkA finally is going to come out on top, but that last move by Capoch, really, really cool to see, and GG from Capoch. Indeed, it was a very fun PvP. Hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, let's pretend that that little replay hiccup never happened. If you don't tell, I won't. Thanks for watching.